Hey guys, what is going on? Chris here as always with Shughead Gaming, and this is my review for Esper, developed by Coatsink and releasing on PlayStation VR this June 29th for an estimated retail price of $8.99, of course depending on your region. As one of a small number of citizens who have been endowed with the power to move objects with their minds, you have been enrolled by the government to undertake a series of tests to show that you are in control of your powers. Use your psychic abilities to solve increasingly challenging tests and demonstrate that despite the concerns, you are not a threat to the fragile fabric of society. PSVR has had quite a few puzzle games as of late. Does Esper deserve your VR puzzle money? Let's find out. As always guys, if you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you want to see more PSVR content from me, you know the deal, please consider subscribing. And for updates, hit that bell icon. As always, graphics are up first. Esper's visuals are perfectly suited for the type of experience it is. The visuals go for a 1970s spy movie look, and more often than not, they succeed. Coming off very similar to another much-loved PSVR game, I Expect You to Die, graphics are clean, stylized, and feel great in VR. For a game in which you are sitting static in a room, the game could be a little bit crisper, with some images off in the distance having more jagged edges than you would expect. That being said, the game looks great in the headset, especially considering its mobile VR roots. The furniture around you and the objects you interact with all look awesome and have a great sense of scale, which when combined really sell the sense of immersion. Lighting and shadow effects are at a minimum here, but you're in an office at a desk, so what did you expect? Sounds up next.
At this stage of the test, participants are usually tasked with juggling live animals while simultaneously painting a self-portrait. But for you, I think we'll stick with pulling switches for now.
Keeping with the 70s vibe that the graphics started, the audio also does its part to help sell you the feeling of being part of a CIA test program. The real star here is the voice work, which is fantastic, witty, and just helpful enough. You will spend the majority of the game being examined and coached by an unseen examiner. This will be your communicator of puzzle instructions, story elements, and just enough ridicule to make you smile at your own dumbness. The style and sense of humor by the voice work is accented by the also excellent 70s inspired music. Together, these set the tone for a fun, yet ultimately relaxing time in the world of Esper. Other sound effects are also well done and usually fill in the silence with authentic world sounds and helpful cues. Simply sitting in the office chair and listening to the hum of the ceiling fan above me was a nice touch and reminds me yet again how the small things in VR can still really impress. All in all, a very solid sound package that leaves little to complain about. And that brings us to gameplay. Not unlike another puzzle game on the PSVR, Static, Esper puts you in the hot seat and asks you to complete a series of tasks and prove your intelligence. Instead of a box in your hands, though, you will see various puzzle setups popping up in front of you in all sorts of mechanical contraptions. The whole premise is that you have telekinetic powers, and the powers that be want to see what you got. Using your choice of Move controllers or a DS4, you use these powers to grab and levitate boxes, balls, and other objects, while pushing, pulling, and throwing said objects through all sorts of obstacles, all the while throwing switches and completing basic physics puzzles, all in an attempt to complete the tasks in front of you. It's not incredibly challenging, but unlike this week's Salaryman Escape, it's actually fun, and just hard enough to stump you without frustrating you. The game clocks in at between 2 and 3 hours, and it can be played seated. And that brings us to fun factor and my final verdict. This is my type of puzzle game. It's challenging, but not frustratingly so, and it allows me to interact with the world around me in a fun and intuitive way. There are more than a few moments here that reminded me of I Expect You to Die, a personal favorite of mine. Both games share a similar sense of style, pacing, and polish. As you know, I hate number ratings and instead rate games on a basis of buy, wait for a sale, or burn it to the ground. Guys, this is a fun, polished puzzle game with a great style and a nice use of VR. It's not the longest puzzler out there, but at just under $10, it's priced appropriately. This is a buy for me, and if you loved I Expect You to Die or similar games like Static, then this might be a definite buy, as you will love your time in this. Anyways guys, that's it for me. If you liked that video, hit that like button, and if you want to see more PSVR content from me, you know the deal, please consider subscribing, and for updates, hit that bell icon. Anyways guys, thanks for stopping by. I'll catch you on my next video.